McLaren's tight title race. Piastri versus Norris at Spa. F1 2025 analysis. McLaren's Stella believes the championship will be decided in the smallest details. Imagine a championship battle so tight that every tiny detail could tip the scales. That's exactly the scenario McLaren team principal Andrea Stella is navigating as he strives to equip both Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris with the tools they need to clinch this year's driver's title through impeccable execution of race weekend nuances. In a stunning display at the Belgian Grand Prix, Piastri outmaneuvered Norris at the start, seizing the moment when his teammate experienced a brief wheel spin, allowing him to slipstream past on the Kemmel Straight. This victory came on the heels of Norris's win at Silverstone, where Piastri was hampered by a penalty during a safety car restart. Stella emphasizes that the season's outcome will hinge on the most minute details. There's an incredibly slim margin between our two drivers, Stella remarked. This is a testament to their exceptional racing prowess. At McLaren, we're fortunate to have two drivers who rightfully contend for the World Championship. The deciding factor will be the precision, the accuracy, and the quality of their execution. At Silverstone, a minor sporting mishap for Oscar during the safety car restart cost him dearly. Conversely, at Spa, the circuit's unique characteristics made it challenging for Lando to maintain his lead after the safety car restart. Additionally, Lando's lack of a substantial gap at the finish line didn't help his cause. Ultimately, execution will be the key differentiator. As a team, we aim to ensure top-notch reliability and operational excellence, allowing the drivers to determine their own fate in the championship race. Post-race discussions often zeroed in on Norris's start and minor errors in chasing Piastri, but Stella also highlighted Piastri's outstanding performance at Spa. Absolutely top-tier quality, he praised. In my career, I've been close to and raced with multiple world champions, and I believe Lando and Oscar are operating at that elite level. Oscar's only hiccup was in qualifying, where his laps weren't flawless. Interestingly, after the sprint, he acknowledged, "I'm on pole position after the sprint quali, but maybe that's not the ideal spot." He even joked post-qualifying, "That wasn't my best lap in Q3. But perhaps this is the best place not to have the best lap in Q3. On medium tires, Oscar adeptly managed degradation, clocking his best lap near the end, effectively controlling the gap to Lando. Kudos to Oscar for a stellar drive, and hats off to Lando too. Securing a P1, P2 finish for McLaren at Spa is particularly significant, given our past struggles there. This achievement holds special meaning from both a performance and technical standpoint. Bravo to the entire team. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the focus on minute details enough, or could it overshadow the driver's natural talent and instincts? What do you think? Share your views in the comments. Hungarian GP weekend warm-up. Verstappen stays, Piastri versus Norris title fight practice results. Weekend warm-up. Fred Vasseur remains in his role as Oscar Piastri expresses confidence ahead of F1's Hungarian Grand Prix. This weekend marks the return of Formula One with the highly anticipated Hungarian Grand Prix, even though a 3-week summer break is on the horizon. Thursday was filled with exciting discussions from the paddock. One of the most significant announcements came from Max Verstappen, who confirmed that he will continue with Red Bull until 2026. This news puts to rest months of speculation regarding a potential switch to Mercedes, a topic that has stirred much debate among fans and analysts alike. In another noteworthy update, Ferrari's team principal Fred Vasseur has also confirmed his position for the upcoming season. This decision has been met with enthusiasm from drivers Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, who are both excited about Vasseur's vision for the team. The competition for the Drivers' Championship is heating up, particularly between McLaren teammates Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Piastri, fresh off a victory in Belgium, is feeling optimistic about his chances to secure his first championship title this weekend in Budapest. His confidence is palpable, and many are eager to see how this rivalry unfolds. Tune in to Weekend Warm-Up with Nikki Shields, Ruth Buscombe, James Hinchcliffe. and Lawrence Barretto for all the latest insights and discussions leading up to the Hungarian Grand Prix. But here's where it gets controversial. Will Verstappen's decision to stay with Red Bull impact the dynamics of the championship race? And what does Vasseur's continued leadership mean for Ferrari's future? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with these decisions, or do you think changes were necessary? Share your opinions in the comments. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, a growing bond amidst F1 rivalry. The dynamics between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are actually getting stronger, even as they compete fiercely for the 2025 Formula One World Championship. And this might surprise many, considering how intense their rivalry has become. McLaren's team principal, Andrea Stella, openly shares that despite the on-track battles and pressure, the relationship between these two drivers continues to improve over time. But here's where it gets controversial. Some might assume that such rivalry naturally breeds conflict, but Stella emphasizes that their growth is a result of deliberate effort and investment in their relationship. McLaren's history is sprinkled with legendary duels. Think Ayrton Senna versus Alain Prost, or Lewis Hamilton versus Fernando Alonso. Sometimes tempestuous, often competitive. While the team has worked hard to prevent similar conflicts between Norris and Piastri, tensions have occasionally surfaced. For example, earlier this year, CEO Zak Brown predicted that clashes could happen, which materialized during the Canadian Grand Prix when Norris inadvertently rear-ended Piastri's car. In the aftermath, Norris took full responsibility for the incident, and despite this, both drivers have maintained a respectful rapport. Stella emphasizes that their relationship is more than just rivalry. It's rooted firmly in mutual respect and efforts to understand each other better. He explains that they review past races together, like their race in Hungary last year, to analyze what went wrong and how they can improve. This reflective approach helps them grow, fostering a healthier team environment. Stella further explains that fostering robust relationships within the team isn't tangential, but a foundational element of success in Formula One, almost as fundamental as aerodynamics or other technical aspects. The team deliberately builds a framework that allows Norris and Piastri to follow their ambitions while safeguarding team interests and their long-term careers. As the season progresses, Stella predicts that the pressure will naturally increase as races become fewer and more consequential. Yet, he's confident that both drivers and the team are well prepared mentally and strategically, having built a solid, collective approach that emphasizes cooperation and mutual growth rather than conflict. And this is the part most people overlook. The ability to develop a strong, communicative relationship can be as vital as the technical setup of the car, sometimes even more so in the high-stakes world of Formula One racing. Do you think that fostering such relationships could be the key to sustained success in motorsport? Or is rivalry simply an unavoidable part of the game? Feel free to share your thoughts or disagreements. This ongoing discussion is what keeps racing interesting.